Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we're discussing this week's college football games. It is Friday right now. A couple games already happened, but they're not really important games. They're kind of like Middle Tennessee versus at Western Kentucky, and Mid-Temple at Tulsa, and Jacksonville State at Sam Houston was the games that happened yesterday. But today we have some important ones, and then tomorrow we have a lot of important ones to get into. A lot of them have real big circumstances when it comes to the idea of what the conference layout's going to be for the rest of this year. And let's start off with Friday's matchups. There's two in particular that I would say are very important. Actually, you have two very important matchups. First one, Louisville at NC State. This is going to prove if Louisville's actually deserving to be a ranked team or not. NC State's 3-1. They've not looked impressive, but they competed a little bit with Notre Dame, and then they just got ran over. Louisville's 4-0 at the moment. They've looked pretty good. And this is their first real test, I would say. I mean, they have to play Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech is not that good. NC State, pretty tough place to play at. This is going to be a fun matchup to see. I got Louisville winning this, though, going to 5-0 for the first time. I don't even know how long since Lamar Jackson was there. And then we already have a top 25 matchup this week. Number 10, Utah travels to Oregon State. I'm kind of confused with Oregon State right now because they had promise heading into this year. Their offense looks pretty good. It was something that they had some little struggles with last year, but overall was solid with. But their defense just couldn't stop Washington State at all. And it was on the road at Washington State, which is a tough place to play at, and Pullman, tough place to play at. You have Utah, who was dominant at home, who just came off only allowing 7 points to UCLA, but only put up 14. One that was an interception for a touchdown to start the game. So you have Utah, whose offense is not doing great, and Oregon State's defense is not doing great. Excuse me. Before you started, I have Oregon State winning this game. Because of that, I will continue. I got Oregon State beating Utah, probably in a close one. I doubt this will be a blowout for any team. Then you have Cincinnati at BYU. That was the other game on Friday. That was kind of interesting. Two teams that now are in the Big 12 that weren't last year. BYU's coming off a loss to Kansas, and Cincinnati's coming off a loss to Oklahoma. Who will bounce back? I think BYU will bounce back. I think they're a better team than Cincinnati right now. Then you have some other important games just starting Saturday. Penn State at Northwestern. Penn State should win that one pretty easily. USC at Colorado is arguably the main game for the 12 o'clock time. And the only reason that is because how hyped Colorado is right now. If a team lost by 36 points to Oregon, if it was any other team, this game would not be hyped to this level. But they are. But this game is hyped to this level. And this is going to be a Caleb Williams just feast. He's going to feast all over this defense. Travis Hunter's not. I doubt Travis Hunter's going to be playing. Even though he wants to. Deion Sanders implied that, like, hey, rest up. You already have a long career ahead of you. Don't mess this up right now. I only can see USC winning this game. I doubt USC's defense is going to play bad. And I really doubt their offense is going to play bad. So I got USC probably in a blowout. Oregon at Kentucky. I mean, my bad. Florida at Kentucky, not Oregon. Florida at Kentucky, my bad. Florida's coming off a 3-game winning streak right now. They only lost to Utah. They beat Tennessee. They've beat Charlotte. They've beat, I forgot the other team they played. But it seemed like they found the run game a bit. You're going at Kentucky. As Mark Stoops has one of the best defensive fronts, one of the best defensive units you can get for a head coach. He's always good at that. And Kentucky's had a little bit of their number. They beat them last year. They beat them before. And there was like a 35-year stretch that they couldn't beat Florida. And now they're actually competitive, which that's fun. That's always fun to see. I got Kentucky winning this one. I like Kentucky. I don't like Kentucky, but I think Devin Leary will make enough plays. And this is the first test I think Florida's had this year against a very good secondary. Actually, second test against a very good secondary. One of them was against Utah, one against Florida. And Tennessee's secondary just sucks. They can't get off on third down. I got Kentucky winning. No, could be close. Texas A&M at Arkansas. This game is, I'm pretty sure this is Arlington, Texas, playing in Jerry's World. I want to say Arkansas. I really do. I like Arkansas, but my gosh, this team cannot get stops when they matter the most. That'll make a huge difference. A&M's coming off a big win against Auburn that they just destroyed them. Held them to 55 passing yards for like 3 different quarterbacks they put in. I don't know what's happening in Auburn right now. I got A&M winning this game, though. I think I'd make it. We won last year. They're going to win this year. I assume they're going to win this year. Next up, Clemson at Syracuse. Why is this game mentioned? Because Syracuse is undefeated. No one knows. Syracuse is undefeated, and they've looked quite good. Clemson's still not a bad team. A lot of people are saying they're a bad team after their loss to Florida State. People also forget that Florida State's a top 5 team that annihilated LSU. This team, with Clemson, went to overtime against them, and their clock management sucks. Their red zone offense sucks. They still had a chance. I don't. This is gonna be close. I think Clemson will win this game though. But if Syracuse can win this, they deserve to be a top 25. This is a strange year so far. There's a lot of teams that used to be good are actually now good again. And look at some of them later. Next up, now we're on the 3:30 games. Georgia at Auburn. I don't care what y'all say. This is the most important game of the 3 o'clock stuff. Georgia finally has their first test. Genuine first road test. And you can't ask for any tougher place to play at than Jordan-Hare Stadium. You can't. And I'd say that for one reason. Because magical things happen that you just don't know why, but they happen there. Georgia fans know that almost better than anyone else. Only team that knows them better than Georgia is Alabama. That's for obvious reasons. But Auburn, they're not bad. And you're at home now. You maybe can get some plays to go your way that you couldn't against A&M. Maybe your offense is actually better. But Carson Beck's really got to stop struggling to start these games. He can't have those type of struggles and expect to win at Auburn. No. I still got Georgia winning this though. I'd be shocked if they lost. Michigan at Nebraska. Big game for Matt Rhule. Let's see how good this team is. Jim Harbaugh is now fully back against not having to play a tough team. Somewhat of a tough team. I got Michigan winning this though. This shouldn't be tough for Michigan. Then Kansas, 24 ranked Kansas travels to Texas. This is an interesting game because Texas is very good right now. They've shown a little flaws. Quinier's shown a little off games, but when it matters the most, he made the right plays. And Kansas is on a roll. They rolled BYU, they rolled Illinois, and now they're 4-0. Are they a serious contending team for the Pac-12 title? We don't know. We'll see this game. I only could assume that Texas is going to win this, though. At home, everything going in your favor, I got Texas winning this, though. I got Texas winning. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, new addition to the top 25 here. Missouri at Vanderbilt at 4 o'clock. Wow, Missouri. Number 23. Good job, Missouri, right now. They're going to be 5-0 after this game. They're going to beat Vanderbilt. I like Brady Cook. I like how he's playing right now. I like what his offense is. Their kicker's great. The thicker kicker, he's great. This team's playing good. They get key stops, like I've talked about. Key stops are more important than getting a lot of stops. So that's what they're showing off here. I just like how Missouri's playing, and I think I'll continue. I got them being 5-0 right now. That's crazy. And then LSU at Ole Miss. That's on ESPN at 6 o'clock. This game's huge for both teams. And the reason I say that is because this is going to either end your season pretty much when it comes to the idea if you have title hopes and make your season to keep it going. And I think LSU is going to get this win. I think LSU is on more of a roll right now. I think Ole Miss might step back a little bit after that loss against Alabama. Only scoring 10 points is bad, very bad. So I got LSU winning this one. I like Jaden Daniels right now. They seem like they've caught up. They're on their roll right now, and I think that'll continue. I don't think they're going to have like a thing that happened last year with like Tennessee when they had to go play them. Even though that was in LSU, they got smoked. I don't think that's going to happen with this Ole Miss thing. I don't think Ole Miss has the capabilities to do that. If I'm wrong, I think I'm wrong. Then number 9, Oregon at Stanford. Oregon's going to roll Stanford. That's pretty simple. Iowa State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to win this one. Iowa State has just not had a good year at all. Then you can argue this is the game of the week. Right now, you have Notre Dame, number 11 Notre Dame, traveling to Duke, who's ranked number 17 in the country, at 7:30 on ABC. And this game is important for multiple reasons, but the main one, I would say, is we get to figure out if Duke's legitimate. Because we've seen a lot of people discredit Clemson after their performance against them. You can't discredit this Notre Dame team. They're playing very good right now. And they barely lost to Ohio State. Ohio State has played good enough to beat them. So we're gonna see how good this Duke team is. I had Duke actually beating Notre Dame in my preseason prediction, so I'm gonna keep with that. I like Riley Leonard. I think Duke will be on a roll. If they get a win here, they should be in the top 12. That'd be two teams that they beat that were in the top 10, like at least in the top 12 when they played them. Clemson and Notre Dame. That is ridiculous. So even though they've had home field for both of them, that'd still be very impressive. I'm gonna save one of these games to the end for a reason. Alabama at Mississippi State at 9 p.m. on ESPN. Mississippi State just looks lost at times. They can't play defense, and this whole idea of them trying to run the ball is just not working. It's bad, right? It's very bad right now. It's tough to be a Mississippi State fan. I got Alabama winning this one. Then you have Washington at Arizona. I got Washington winning this one. Pretty simple. Michael Penix arguably is a front runner for the Heisman. And then Nevada at Fresno State. Fresno State's ranked 25th right now. That's why I'm mentioning this. I got Fresno State winning. And then this is the last one I'm going to cover, and there's a reason I saved this to the very end. It's Tennessee versus South Carolina. If you don't know, I'm a Tennessee fan, but I'm actually traveling up to go watch this game today. The game starts, I'm pretty sure it starts at 7:30. It's going to be ESPN, it's going to be an SEC network. And I'm going to make a whole video about this, but right now I got Tennessee winning this one. Should be a pretty close. This could be a close one. The betting line's a 12-point differential. That's a lot. They're wearing the dark uniforms. That last year when they did that, they killed Kentucky by 38. And Kentucky wasn't a bad team at the time. At the time, they weren't. But throughout the year, they got worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, that's my prediction for that game. Spencer Rattler could definitely cook us again, but I hope not. I really hope our defense performs well. So, yeah. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, y'all. Have a great college football week, and God bless y'all.